The Philippines and China have been escalating tensions in the West Philippine Sea, with China imposing a 4-month fishing ban in the region until September. This is a repeat ban that China has announced every year since 1999, without consulting any countries with exclusive economic zones in the South China Sea. The ban is being protested based on a long-standing international law of the seas guidance and is a point of contention between the Philippines and Vietnam. The Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs has requested China to cease and desist from illegal actions that violate the Philippines' sovereignty, citing the 2016 binding international agreement that ruled against China's claims. China's announcement of closing the South China Sea for fishing has also raised concerns. In response to a Philippine NGO, Atin Ito, who slipped past a gathering cordon of the Chinese Navy, Coast Guard and maritime militia at the Scarborough Shoal to supply Philippine fishermen, China issued a decree that it would enforce a 2021 trespassing law for the South China Sea. This law empowers the Chinese Coast Guard to apprehend any foreigner who is trespassing in the South China Sea, subjecting them to a 60-day jail sentence in China without a trial. This year's situation could be different as the Chinese now need to make arrests or risk losing face, and the Philippines has stated it will not give up an inch of territory to China, so it cannot back down either. Both sides appear to have more to lose by backing down from a confrontation. President Marcos' pledge to maintain every square inch of Philippine territory in the West Philippine Sea had led to the Philippine Navy to announce it will extend protection to Filipino fishermen. The government has adopted a comprehensive approach, including national and international media, to assert its sovereignty and establish it as a long-lasting national policy. Maintaining consistency is crucial, as China aims to take advantage of any discrepancies. President Marcos has two basic approaches to the issue: shifting focus from policy or economic arguments to people, and showing the world that the Philippines is committed to supporting and contributing to the rules-based model of freedom of the seas and internationally recognized definition of territorial waters and exclusive economic zones. This involves bringing together like-minded countries that support an internationally recognized rule of sea freedom, including traditional allies like the United States and Japan, as well as non-traditional allies like India and Vietnam. The Philippines also wants to communicate to China that its sole purpose is to promote international law in the West Philippine Sea, such as freedom of navigation and economic sovereignty over its exclusive economic zone. The Philippines must demonstrate that it is not interested in Taiwan affairs, will not increase the number of bases available for the United States to use in the Philippines, will not seek reciprocal actions against China, and will negotiate to resolve the dispute with China. China is likely to reject these points as it asserts its sovereign rights over the South China Sea are non-negotiable, and the only aspect subject to negotiation is what it permits a country to do in its maritime waters. The Philippines' willingness to compromise and engage in negotiations contrasts with China's refusal to make any concessions beyond imposing terms on the region's smaller powers.